So it forces me to choose between all the other WNBA teams. And as a competitor, I don't want to play with the Minnesota Lynx. Like, I don't want to play with Seattle Storms.
Woo! I was on the edge of my seat after that finals. We are here with Ty Devo, a.k.a. Two-Way Rocco. Ty, how are you feeling after that big victory?
Exhausted, mentally, emotionally. It's been a long day, and I'm glad it's over.
I want to see that Mavs and Raptors rivalry going on. I see Downs trying to take King Center, trying to take his center. I see what's going on.
Coming right up. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K. GA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks.
Thanks, David.
Over the last few years, the step-back three has become a staple for some guys. Who do you think is the most consistent with it?
Harden and Doncic, easily. You know who started the Dutch step back? A guy named, the first time I ever saw it was Kiki Vandal.
Oh, really?
I never saw a step back until he
And
played.
it was quick.
Yeah, he used to do a quick step back. And I'd never seen the step back move ever in my life before. And I was like, what is that? Is that a walk? He's like, no, it's just step back. And now we got the step to step to step to step to step back.
Side back.
And what's going to be the next development?
You're just going to be able to run and you don't have to drink.
Yeah. We're seeing that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So the next starting five, we've got Durant. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Robinson, and it's Junior in at the small forward position. And for Portland, Damian Lillard out there with Terry Rozier. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Jackson Hayes. Now, here is Harden. An 11-point game for him in the win against Phoenix. Kenny, of course, you were nicknamed the Jet for a reason. Who do you think is the fastest player right now going end-to-end in the league?
With the ball, right now is De'Aaron Fox. With the ball. Russell Westbrook is probably just...
Ben Simmons isn't too far behind them either.
But he's more speed and power. Yeah. But in talk about...
But
I had a thing one time, and it was they scored. The team scored. 7 minutes and 17 seconds. I scored. It was 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
Two
and
seconds.
And it was only on an outlet.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long pass.
You got it in stride.
In stride, and then 2 seconds later.
Wow.
So De'Aaron Fox could do that.
That's fast.
Yeah. That's jet right.
Thus, the Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And Junior throws it down.
The winning mindset of Durant. Unselfish all the way.
For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Rozier, the pass to Lillard.
And with more players controlling their free agent destiny, we're starting to see a little backlash. Yeah, you think there's a double standard? Teams can trade them, but players are supposed to be loyal.
Well, it's a double standard for sure. But the only one who loses out are the fans in that double standard. The fans have no control over who stays in league, but they have to cheer for who comes in. So I feel for the fans, but it is a business.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Lillard finds Rozier. Portland, no good that time either.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Irving with the ball. Hayes on him. The shot's good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Kenny, as a former point guard, how would you construct the perfect shooting guard to complement your game?
My game?
Yep.
Oh, all you got to do is be on the floor, baby. Yeah, you're going to be
Let
good.
it happen.
You're
Just
going
let
to be
it
good. Let it happen. Now, for me, I love guys with a high energy. So that's why I love playing with Vernon Maxey. Just guys that had high batteries. Because at times I would kind of get too cerebral. And then he would pull me up and just make me emotional in the game. So I like
Become
guys.
a dog, right?
Just get emotionally in the game
Right,
instead of
right.
I'm reading the situation and this guy's like, no. Just play hard.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because my guys, John Starks, the same exact way. He was just a great competitor. Like, the moment never got too big because he always felt like I shouldn't even be here.
Good on both. 1:52 left in the first quarter. And officials have been more vigilant, guys, whistling the travel violations that we see. At the same time, the league revising the rule book to clarify the gather step when players terminate their dribble. Kenny, in that regard, do you like the way the game is being officiated right now?
What is a gather step? Either you're walking or you're not.
Well, it would seem that way, would
Either you're moving or you're stationary.
The gather step's always been there. It's just, honestly, a lot of guys that have the ability to and didn't know how to master. Iverson was the first guy that I saw that had mastered the gather step. And that's, to me, it's just kind of the
It's walking
evolution.
in my book, Greg. It's still.
No, it's you gather it. You get that extra. It's basically, it gives you a half a step.
I'm old school. Let's walk it.
You're old.
Yeah, and you didn't finish school.
Higgins, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
What I love about Junior, he's got grit and tenacity. He's always looking for ways to improve.
Here's Trent. Portland again missing. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 17-4 run right now. 50 seconds left in the first. Hurdle's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Higgins. Inside. Here's Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Now here's Fultz. 11 points for him in that last game against the Lakers. Trent gets the bucket.
Well, Markelle Fultz continues to develop his floor awareness. Passes like that will create all kinds of chemistry.
Here's Higgins. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. With one on the clock. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact Damian Lillard has had on this game has been minimal. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if... And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. Junior's out there with Durant. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard position. And Lillard kicks to Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
This is why you can't afford to leave someone when Lillard has the ball.
Brooklyn leading by 17. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Suns, was a driven man. He scored 41 points, and his percentage was impressive, making a number of his free throws and field goal attempts. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. But we'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
Here's Rozier following the basket by Junior. Here's Lillard. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And Kenny, great to have you on the show as always. You've got to come back soon. Promise us you'll come back soon.
I'm coming back next week.
Good.
There's more food down here. It's friendly about here. It's more room, man. I can't wait to be here.
A little more
air,
air.
everything, man. Everything's more down here.
What a pleasure it was to have Kenny joining us outdoors. He's been in the business for a long, long time.
Boy, as great as Kenny Smith was on the basketball court, he was a tremendous guard, a championship guard. He's been equally impressive off of it. This guy's a mainstay in the studio, Emmy Award winner, truly a special treat.
Here's Junior, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Junior's got 7 points here in this quarter.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Here's Irving. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Irving's got his second bucket of the night.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Now, here's Lillard. He picked up 39 points in their last one against the Lakers.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
Boy, once Junior gets a spot in the lane, he just explodes and finishes on the drive.
Lillard with it. Pass to Rozier. Over Harden. That shot off.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And so, guys, it's Junior making things happen for the Brooklyn Nets. He's up to 26 points in the game now. Just keeps pouring in the buckets. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and I'm just having a good time out here.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Junior in this one, he's been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Jackson Hayes. Terry Rozier is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from three and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard at three-point line.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season the Blazers were beset by injuries and they fell short of their goals. Their star Damian Lillard said, "Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way, so that they know my character is true." Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity was ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A. Here's Rozier. After the basket by Brooklyn, kicks to Lillard. Back to Rozier. Tomasevic. He's covered by Irving. Shot clock at 6. Shoots it. Will not go. This is off the front line.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. The Nets making a switch here. The Trailblazers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Fultz against Irving. Elbow shot is on the way. Fultz, no good. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Trent passes to Fultz. Shot to stop the run. That's tipped. But they recover it. Right wing. Second chance effort. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Stolen by Westbrook. From past the arc. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. Pirtle, the pass to Trent. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Some changes for Brooklyn. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Higgins. And Harris subbed in for Irving. 4 on the clock. Fultz against Harris. Fultz, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Second shot opportunity. A nice shot by Poirier. Poirier's got his second basket of the game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Trent. He's got 5. Passes it to Westbrook. Shoots over Brown. Westbrook, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
There's the steal. Harris looking it over. Pass to Junior. Pirtle with the steal. And so, guys, it's Junior making things happen for the Brooklyn Nets. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. Right back after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having
Portland ends up going with the new group. And then for Brooklyn, Junior comes in for Harris. And it's Higgins in for Bruce Brown. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Junior. Valentine out there with Higgins. It's Kabengele in at power forward.
So how cool is it that Jakob Pirtle makes NBA history as the first ever Austrian-born player in the league? Doesn't matter what else he does in his career, he'll always have that distinction. That's cool.
And Junior throws it down.
He's the leading scorer tonight, being aggressive, and so far, no one's found a way to slow him down.
Down low, here's Lillard. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
You know, I really like this. Instead of putting his head down, Terry Rozier keeping his eyes up and finding his open teammate.
Now, Valentine. Right now, we're seeing more athletes willing to talk about mental challenges, be it depression or anxiety. And you know, Doris, the NBA is no exception. How encouraging do you find that?
Well, I think that whether NBA players or professional athletes in any sport know it or not, they are looked to as examples, as role models. And so I think everybody wins in this situation, Kevin. The players, the fans themselves, many of whom are dealing with the similar challenges. So, listen, life is not easy. Wherever you can get help, go and take it. I love this initiative from the NBA.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
There's the pass to Lillard. 1:31 left to play in the final quarter. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. That's going to send Damian Lillard to the free throw line. It goes on Denzel Valentine. So both teams making some changes here. The free throw drops for Lillard.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Junior.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Smith checked in for the Trailblazers. 43 seconds left in the fourth. And he drops it in from the low post.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Nets. Pass to Valentine. To the inside, Junior. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here is Rogers. Knocked loose. And it's Kabengele with the rebound.
The defensive tools are there for Dennis Smith Jr. He's got the necessary physical toughness.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.